Yo, what's going on YouTube, man? I know it's been a while since I've done a video, man, but I've been going through a few things in my life and I've been trying to sort those things out. I'm here today though because something just blew my mind, and I'm sure it's going to blow yours too when I tell you this. So I don't know what other way to explain this except to say that I strongly have been thinking a lot about dreams lately. Now, for those of you who are subscribed to my channel, and this isn't your first video you viewed, you know I'm very much into spirituality. So while on this channel I do give you real scenarios that I've gone through and try to help people navigate through those scenarios, this one is a little bit more on the spiritual side. So ever since I was a child, and I want you guys to comment in the comment section if you've experienced this same phenomena when it comes to dreams. Ever since I was a child, I've had this ability to have dreams, right? And I may forget the dream shortly after waking, and maybe days later, weeks later, sometimes even months later, I'll find myself in the exact same spot that I was in a dream, and it's like you remember it. It's like that deja vu moment that Neo had in the Matrix, right? There's a reason for that. Check this out. I think the reason for that is because your dreams are, a lot of people, let me back up for a second, because a lot of people think that time is linear, that it only travels in one direction, and that's forward, this way. I think it was Isaac Newton that said that time was relative. And I think that is more so correct, because time actually, I feel time moves in all different directions. It doesn't just move forward, it moves backwards, it moves upwards, downwards, this direction, that direction. I believe time branches in every different direction, kind of like what they're doing in the MCU universe now, where you got all these alternate realities and different paths that people are taking, and different versions of themselves. I think time is relative, and I think that's the reason why you're able to have prophetic dreams, because you have to ask yourself, how is it possible that you can dream about the future in the present, and then you actually physically catch up to that future days, weeks, or sometimes months later? I think there may be a few dreams that I've even had that were years later. Now, this story I'm about to tell you now is probably going to freak you out a little bit. It's probably going to help you understand better what I'm trying to explain. Okay, so a few months ago, I had this dream, and it was very random, very inconsistent, very incoherent. Those of you who dream lucidly and vividly like I do, you know what I'm talking about. Your dreams are never consistent. From the time you fall asleep to the time you awake, you know, let's say that's in that 8-hour window, you'll have multiple mini dreams, okay? Those mini dreams never add up to one big dream, because they're very inconsistent. I think an 8-hour session of sleep or 8 hours worth of dreaming is kind of like watching one season of Black Mirror on Netflix. Like, episode 1 has absolutely nothing to do with the final episode of the season, and the episodes in the middle have nothing to do with the beginning episode or the last episode, and they never come together to create like a one big dream, okay, or one big season. You know, they're just a bunch of unrelated episodes. That's kind of how people who dream lucidly and vividly dream. You know, it's a bunch of random things that are very incoherent and inconsistent that are taking place. All right, so a few months ago I had this dream, and it was random, incoherent, inconsistent. I don't remember much from the dream. I definitely didn't remember much from the dream when I awoke. But in the dream, I can remember possibly being at the gym. Maybe I had dreamt about, you know, a couple friends, or maybe I was shopping. And then I remember at one point in the dream, when I was coming from wherever it was that I was shopping, I was in the parking lot, and there was this young lady that I thought was somewhat attractive. And I remember she was having trouble with her bags. So I offered to help her with her bags, and she was like, no, it's okay. Can you carry my daughter's car seat and help me put it in the back of the car? I got the bags. I was like, sure. So I grabbed the car seat, She had her infant daughter in it. We took it to her car. I put it in the back seat. I secured it in her back seat. She thanked me for it. She got in the car. She left. And the rest of the dream was very incoherent. It was, like I said, a lot of random things that didn't make any sense, that didn't add up to any big picture thing. All right. I had that dream several months ago. Last night, I had a dream, and again, incoherent, inconsistent, very irregular, random activities taking place. I don't remember much of it. The part I do remember, I was in my apartment, my current apartment where I live now. Okay. And I was having some type of kickback in my apartment. Some type of soiree, some type of party with a bunch of motherfuckers I didn't even know. I'm talking about, there were people sitting on the couch. They were having drinks and telling jokes and laughing. There were people in the kitchen making plates of food, and they were telling jokes and laughing. There were other people at the dining room table playing different variations of card games. Everybody was being entertained, and I was just hosting. I remember being at my front door, and I remember getting a knock on my door. I open the door, and it's my neighbor. Now, when I say it's my neighbor, it's my actual neighbor, my neighbor who lives next door to me right now. If I walk out of my apartment right now, I can knock on my neighbor's door. This is who came to my door, and this was a young lady. She's relatively attractive, probably between the ages of 23 and 25. She works 2 jobs. You know, the apartment is hers. She has her own vehicle. She got a boyfriend. She doesn't have any children. I'm actually not even sure if her and her boyfriend are even still together. And thank goodness she doesn't have any children with this dude, because I always hear them screaming through the wall. Sometimes I hear them fucking rustling around in there like they're fighting or throwing shit at each other. So thank goodness she doesn't have any children with him. Thank goodness he doesn't live with her. Okay, so I don't have to hear that shit all the time. But anyway, in my dream, I get a knock on the door. I open my door. It's my actual neighbor. Okay. And she's like, yeah, you know, I was just knocking on the door because I heard the loud music and all the loud voices. I was just trying to see if you can keep it down just a little bit, because I got to wake up to go to work early in the morning. And then I'm like, oh yeah, you know, my apologies. I'm just having a little get together with some people that I know. I don't know none of these motherfuckers, but I'm explaining this to her. I'm having, you know, a get together with some people that I know, or whatever. That's the reason for the loud music. I try to keep it down a little bit. She's like, oh, okay. I didn't realize you were having a party. You know what? It's okay. I don't see your kids around. You know, are your kids here? How are they doing? And I was like, nah, my kids aren't here. They're with their mother. They're doing well. Last time I spoke to them. I don't like to call her that often to see how they're doing. I try to wait until a designated time. And a lot of times I call, she don't even want to let them speak to me. She tries to interfere with my relationship with my children. And she was like, yeah, I feel you. I have that same problem with my baby daddy, or with my children's father. And I was like, oh shit, your children's father? Shit, I never knew you even had children. Mind you, my next door neighbor does not have any children. And she's like, yeah, I had that same problem with my children's father. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know you had any children. And she's like, what do you mean you didn't know I didn't have any children? What do you mean? How could you possibly think that I didn't have any children when you helped me carry my daughter's car seat and put it in the back of my car a few months ago? And I was like, oh shit, you're right. I do remember now that I helped you carry her car seat to the back of your car a few months ago. That totally slipped my mind. I don't know how I forgot about that. This shit blew my mind because, one, my next door neighbor doesn't have any children. Okay? She doesn't have any children. Number two, how is it possible that my next door neighbor in my dream was able to tell me about another dream that I had months ago and make me remember something in a dream that I had totally forgotten about and disregarded? And in my dream, I remembered it. That shit is crazy to me. Like, when you really stop and think about that, the dream that I had months ago helping her put a car seat in the back of her car, I didn't remember that shit when I woke up. Because like I said, it was a whole bunch of random shit, a whole bunch of episodes of Black Mirror taking place in one season of a dream. Mind you, my neighbor doesn't have any children. So for her, a dream version of her, to say something to me that took place in a dream months ago, and for the dream version of me to remember it is fucking crazy. I'm gonna tell you what I think, bro. I think your dreams are real in a sense that it's an alternate version of you that is existing in a different dimension. I believe, like the MCU movies, there's different variations of you in different dimensions, and your life may be very different, or it only may be slightly different. It may appear to be the same and be slightly different. I think when you dream, you're seeing an alternate version of yourself's actual present. And when they dream, they're seeing your present. If that shit makes any sense, I know that shit sounds confusing as hell, but it's amazing to me that something that had totally slipped my mind, I was reminded of it in a dream state, in a dream world, by somebody who I actually know in my physical world, and their reality was totally different than what it is, and my reality was totally different than what it is in that dream. However, I was able to make a connection to something that took place in a dream several months ago by a dream version of somebody else's reality in a dream version of my reality. I'm telling you, I think your dreams are you, or a version of you from a different dimension, and you're seeing things through them. Because I swear my mind was blown by that. Once you guys leave in the comments section whether that's ever happened to you, whether you've ever dreamt about something and you've forgotten about it, and then you were reminded of it in a subsequent dream that may have taken place days, weeks, in this particular case, months after the fact. Not you like seeing something in your dream and then it comes to fruition. Like you end up dreaming about, I don't know, you're in this particular location and then you end up in that location where you've never been and you're like, oh shit, I've been here before. I've seen this in a dream. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about some shit that is totally, you dreamt about somebody who is in your present reality. You dreamt about them in your dream, and that person was able to convince you of something that you dreamt about months ago and you had forgotten about it almost, but you remembered it when they mentioned it in a dream. I think that shit is crazy, and I think it means more about dreams than most people pay attention to. I know there's some people out here who say that they don't dream at all. That shit I think is crazy, but for those of us who do dream, please tell me in the comment section if you've ever had that situation occur and what it is that you think it means. I'm very interested to know if there's other people out there like me. I'm very interested to know if other people out there have experienced that type of phenomena in their dream. I'm very interested to know if we're in the next phase of human evolution and some of us are fucking psychics. Some of us are, what's the other word? Clairvoyant, or maybe there's like a hive mind being activated or some crazy shit, man. I don't know. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notification bell if you want to hear more stories, life advice, and things about mysticism from me, yours truly, the real Rayhan. I want to thank you guys for joining me, and I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace.